So good evening, everyone. I am Shubhesh Ranjan from admission team of Soil Institute of Management. I welcome you all this lovely evening for the discussion, the conversation with the admission team of the Soil Institute of Management. Along with me, I have Ashish Srivastava, sir, who is the Associate Director for Admission PGPM. We also have Dheeraj Pradhan, who is the Head Admissions for PGDM. Along with him, we also have Santosh Kumar, who is the Deputy Head for the PGDM program. So once again, welcome you all for this. Thank you for taking out some time and coming over here for interacting with the prospective student. So before we begin with the today's session, I request all of the attendees, if they have any question, please put their question in the Q&A box. You can find your Q&A at the bottom of the Zoom panel. We will take each one of the question. Be assured, we will take each question once we have the panel introduction and their thought on the student process. We will take each one of the question. Okay. So without wasting further time, I request Ashish sir to take this conversation forward.
Thank you, Shubhesh. Very good evening, all. And on behalf of Soil Institute of Management, I welcome you all in today's webinar specific to our admission processes of PGPM and PGDM programs. So we talked about in details about what is the admission process, what are the sports we are accepting, what are the things which we are expecting from a student's point of view, and what is the admission process specific to PGPM and PGDM programs, what is the deadlines of applying to us, and so on. But before that, I can just scroll down a small and crisp PPT where we can just look at the the other things which are relevant to today's market scenario. So I'm just just sharing PPT with you all. Is it visible to all?
Ashish sir, it will be possible for you to make it a full screen. At the bottom, at the bottom there's a button to do the full screen.
Just. Is it visible now, Shubhesh?
It is visible, sir, but your PPT is not full screen. Yes, you can click on that.
Now I think it's visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before moving ahead and just talk about the the various admission processes and various things associated with the admissions, let's have a look at the market scenario, basically the changing business environments and what are the needs arises because of this scenario. The COVID scenario have changed the market to almost 360-degree, and that changing business environment creates a VUCA word now. Now, what is VUCA? VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Now, these four complex things have arises because of this COVID scenario, and that impacts the whole business environment altogether. And because of that changes in the market, the requirement in terms of skill set and the competencies are also going to be changed, and that is the the current demand altogether in the market these days. So a lot of uncertainties, how we can survive in this complex world through our more developing our skill sets, competencies, and moving ahead with the career enhancement and so on. How we can do that later on, we can discuss on that. So this is the VUCA word we are facing these days, and we are living into that. This VUCA word creates different aspects, different challenges as well. So two of the most important challenges is, do you feel job ready, and do you have a mentor? What is the relevance between job ready and the mentor is we can discuss in that slide. The statistics says that 60% of fresh graduates and young age professionals don't feel ready for a job. They don't have the the right skill sets, they don't have the right competencies, they don't have the right kind of guidance how they can proceed and how they can sustain this today's job world. So they feel neglected and they feel incomplete in facing the the various interviews of the various organizations, and hence the organizations are not ready to accept them as their employee. So this is the one of the most important challenge these days, which we feel maximum students are facing these days. And the second one is that why mentor is important these days. 77% statistics says 77% of them don't have a professional mentor whom they can consult for their career decisions. When I step into this professional world, I also don't have the mentor, and later on I feel that what is the importance of this mentor, how they can guide you, because today in today's VUCA world, networking is more important rather than going for one to one kind of meetings altogether. So for that, which kind of requirement is there in the market. So these important of mentor is in today's world is highly important, and these mentors can guide you about the kind of skills what require, what is the current scenario going on in the market, how do you spread your network, and how you increase your networking, and how you survive ultimately in this job market. These mentors have a very great role in your shaping your career. So these two things are important to survive in this VUCA world: mentorship and definitely a right kind of job, the right place basically. So these things are important. Now, out of that, this VUCA world, what is the future of work basically? What are the things which are now in demand these days? How you can, equip with all these, learnings all together. So the first one is the accelerated learning. Accelerated learning means ki you have to equip with the right kind of, skill set, right kind of competencies, and right kind of, mindset to survive in this, this VUCA world and survive in this, the highly competitive professional world. So accelerated learning, that's why we call it this PGPM as an accelerated, program altogether, where we can, equip the students with the right kind of, skill set, competencies, and right kind of, job, scenario altogether. Then second one is the deep work. These days, more in-depth knowledge is required. So irrespective of the sectors which you are, serving, or irrespective of the, study which you are, study these days, whether you have a deep kind of, understanding of that curriculum, or, study, or, the professional world or not, that again requires a lot of, importance. The third one is creativity and empathy. Creativity, again, because of this highly volatile world, creativity plays an important role. The whole business scenario have changed. The whole concept of business design have been changed. So how creative you are and how empathetic you are is equally important to survive this today's market. Then customer centric product development, which is very relevant these days, because the whole scenario have been changed. So companies are struggling into the market, serving the right kind of the product with the right kind of customers altogether. Whether they are able to produce the right kind of product. So customer centric product development is equally important, and how you can know about that through this this higher education learning. And last but not the least is the conscious capitalism and ethical learning. Ethical learning again plays an important role, because these days, not many, courses are available into that. And we are happy to say that, this our 1 year PGPM and 2 years regular PGDM program have in-depth this kind of, curriculum, where we can, teach the students about the ethical learning and the empathy kind of, things altogether. These are the some of the important, relevant, future of work that is a requirement, all you can say, which we have to acquire through this, this career and advancement. Now, how this changing landscape of work, requirement is there basically. So tech enabled roles, definitely these days, lot many IT requirements are there. Everything is going on, online these days. So tech enabled roles are, are more in demand, and so the IT skills and the kind of IT understanding and related, knowledge is required to survive in this market. Second one is the human-centric problem solving. Definitely, when IT interventions are there, then it is equally important that how we can integrate the human resource with the IT softwares, kind of things and the environment altogether. So human-centric problem solving is equally important to understand and to learn about that. Then stress on research. Definitely, lot many data are available these days. Data analytics program is very, very, very popular, very, very much in demand these days. Lot many companies are struggling with dealing with the data. Lot many data are available. So stress on research is these days are on top of the almost every organization. They are researching about the market scenario, the customer approach, the customer requirements, and so on. Second, next one is the product development. Definitely, the kind of the product requirement have been changed. Which kind of product is more relevant these days? Again, play important role. So these are the things which are equally important, and we have to understand this before moving on in this professional world. And last is the user interface kind of things, which kind of, because as I said earlier, instead tech-enabled roles are more in the job market these days. Lot many organizations are moving on to this online system altogether. So how user interface friendly we are, and how the organizations are, the success of these the organizations depend on these basically. So these are the the changing landscape of work. Then what is important as far as the institutes are concerned, maximum students can go towards this ROI kind of return of investment as far as education is concerned, or higher education is concerned. My question to all of you is ROI one of the only factors to be considered while opting your business school? The answer is obvious no. ROI is one of the measure you can to calculate and choose your preferred B school, but this is not the only the relevant thing. Other things which are equally important as far as B schools are concerned is the kind of faculty pool the institutes have, the kind of qualifications the faculty have, which kind of faculties are more involved into this teaching, whether they are the regular practitioners or whether they are industry practitioners. That is the important. Second one is the important thing which every student have to keep in mind before choosing the B school is industry network. The kind of industry network a particular B schools should have, the kind of mentorship they have, the international tie-ups which they have, because a lot many student exchange program we have where we can allow the students of both the programs to interact with the students of other universities and learn how they can practice the best practices across their programs basically. Third one, which is the equally important aspect, is the student quality. Definitely, we at PGPM program, we are able to attract students from 17 states as of now. We are moving ahead and try to to look out for candidates from other territories as well. So kind of a student quality, peer learning, club and committees, extra extracurricular activities which we have, so that it should not be the academic rigorous rigor and focus on academic only, but overall personality development and overall growth of students, what we intended for. The fourth one is the place-com strength, basically, which kind of placement for any B school is important. Yes, for us also, we have very great connection with our corporates. We have a consortium of 32 companies where they can not only involved with the guiding us in our curriculum updation, they also help us in selecting the good and bright candidates among all the the applied pool basically. So which kind of placement is available, the place-com strength basically, which kind of career development programs the institute have. We have a very good career development center where we can they can across the year they can work on the career development of the students basically. Then the updated curriculum. As I said earlier, we have a consortium of 32 companies who can, help us in, guiding and suggesting the best curriculum, which is ready to accept by all the, the corporates these days. So we have the updated curriculum for the students. Then the modern tools in analytics and other areas. Analytics is one of the important areas these days. Lot many, data are there. Companies are, these days working on data, and they can involved into the research of data, and then based on that they can drive their, sales and marketing accordingly. So modern tools in analytics and other areas are also incorporated in our, curriculum to enhance and updated the, the students to be ready with the, the corporate world. And last but not least, one of the things which students have to look for, whether the program will make you stand out from the crowd or not. Based on these, things which have to be focused upon, only not only on only the ROI, but these factors can also look upon before choosing the right B schools for us. All I can say is Soil is the only B school in India that focuses on building leaders with value. Long-term, focus is there. So we are not only, producing the leaders, but business leaders who can, serve the, the organizations of repute in today's, this VUCA world, basically. And now I can, just brief you about the programs which Soil Institute of Management is offering. We currently offering 3 programs. 2 programs are of 1 year duration, and the next program is of 2 years duration, basically. So we, as of now, we are offering 1 year flagship PGPM program and 1 year flagship PGPM in HR program, basically. Besides that, we also offering 2 years PGDM business design program, which is a regular MBA program running from the Manesar campus, and this flagship PGPM and PGPM in HR program running from the Gurgaon campus, basically. These 1 year programs are accelerated program, as I said earlier, that are intended for basically working professionals. Yes, especially in PGPM HR, those freshers and graduates are also eligible if they want to make their career in HR. Whereas 2 years business design PGDM program is intended for those who have 0 to 5 years of work experience. So they can apply to these programs. Further details are mentioned in our website. Request all those who wants to interested to apply for these these programs. They can visit our website for further details. We can talk about. And now I can just talk about the admission process of this PGPM. Later on, you can also, my colleague Dheeraj can also brief you about this PGDM admission process. So our PGPM admission process is rigorous, but very short and crisp altogether. It starts from your visiting our website, and then once you roll out our website, then you can start the online application process. Once you fill the online application process by payment of rupees 2,000, then your application form have come to us, and then the shortlisting processes can be done by this admission team. So yes, we can shortlist based on your profile. Our this PGPM admission process is a profile based evaluation method where we can analyze your profile in a detailed manner, starting from your academic credentials, your work experience, your extracurricular activities, and so on. And then comes, after the shortlisting, then comes up the selection process. So our selection process is a rigorous one. It starts having a 3-stage process altogether. It starts from the STAT exam. Yes, we equally considered the competitive scores like CAT, ZAT, GMAT, and NMAT. But yes, we have our own STAT examination as well. STAT stands for Soil Talent Appreciation Test. It's a basically aptitude test, but a little bit psychometric kind of things as well. So it's a psychometric aptitude test altogether, where we can check your ability to understand the situation and take the best decisions altogether. So it's a different exam altogether as compared to this normal competitive examinations like CAT, ZAT, and so on. So once the students can appear for this STAT exam, Then we can move on for the life map exercise. This life map exercise talks about the kind of things which are going into your life. There might be some highs and lows in everybody's life. So they talked about in a graphical manner, and they can represent this life map exercise through that graph manner basically. And then happened the group simulation process. In group simulation process, it's not like GD altogether, but yes, here students group of students are given a case study altogether, where they can discuss the situation of the case study, and then they can discuss among themselves. And then it comes the final personal interview round. In personal interview round, there's a panel of industry resource, academia, the alumni, and so on, and they can judge the students and their profile in a way that they can just shortlist and the students for further selections. The best part of this this selection process is that as of now we are conducting this whole process online, and it is conducting in a one single day altogether. As of now we are conducting this whole process online, but yes, very soon in this month in this month we can also conduct offline process as well. So those who are interested for this PGPM program and don't want to come onto this campus, they have the flexibility to join the selection process from their home, from their office, from anywhere from they want comfortable with. So both online and offline processes as of now, and based on the personal interview feedback from the panelists, where the final offer letter have been rolled out, and that admissions letter have been rolled out to the respective candidates altogether. So this is the the admission process of this PGPM. So for further details, all I request is those who are interested, they can visit our website, and from there they can get the whole lot of information about this program, the curriculum, the placement in each and everything. They can also download the admission brochure and the the placement brochure as well. So this is all about the PGPM admission process. And now I request the audience that if you have any query, as Subesh said, you can use the chat box to raise your queries. At the end of this this crisp presentation, we can take up your questions one by one. Now over to Dheeraj to further elaborate on Soil's PGDM program. Over to Dheeraj.
Thank you, Ashish sir. Thank you for the great and deep insights about the soil, as well as like how the competitive world is changing into this VUCA world, and how the 360-degree change that happened during COVID, and uh, and how and what we should be now doing and adapting ourselves, so that we are making ourselves ready for this next challenging world that is coming by. Just to address the audience in general, I'll be just briefing about the selection process that happens for the 2 years program. As Sir mentioned, we have two campuses, and one campus offers the two types of 1 year program, and the other, which is at New Gurgaon Manesar, offers the 2 years program. So I'll be briefing you primarily basic on the 2 years program, and how this business design is being introduced while teaching this traditional PGDM program, using the major domains like marketing, HR, finance, or analytics. We use design thinking as a concept or a methodology to teach the students, so that they make themselves a kind of a next level attributes that these days the companies are looking forward to. How quickly or how easily you are able to solve complex problems that are coming in before you on a daily basis, in terms of your, could be personal, could be professional. And that's why we introduce liberal arts also while teaching these students, using this design thinking in the novel domains, if I say the marketing, HR, and business analytics, right? Uh, so I'll just move ahead with the next slide, sir. If you could help me, Ashish sir. Straight, okay, I'll just come down straight with the process that a candidate needs to follow before entering into the program. That is like the first is the application form filling part. And once you are through with your entire application form filling part, then we go down with the shortlisting process. And just to inform the entire audience who are looking for this 2 years PGDM program, the AICT approved 2 years PGDM program, the first round deadline is 10th December, and we are like we'll be starting with the interview round process by the third week of December, if I say the 16th of December onwards. And for that, the shortlisting, those who have already applied, the shortlisting process has already been started. And a kind of advice to the students who are looking forward can apply before this 10th December first round of deadline, so that you can be allotted with the time slots and dates for the selection process. So this shortlisting process, I'll just brief a little bit about the shortlisting process. What does the shortlisting process means is, soil does practice a profile-based selection process rather than a predefined cutoff. If I say, we don't go for a kind of judging a particular candidate in just through one parameter, could be aptitude or the other aspects like the academic percentages. Rather, we look forward to a kind of understanding a candidate in a very holistic way. Looking into their aptitude, their attitude, what kind of other attributes they are carrying in themselves. Are they strong enough to hold this capacity to relate, to learn, to think, and then to motivate others? How will they contribute towards the development of the society? And what kind of ethics do they carry in their past, and then what could be their future plans? So basically we look forward in understanding different parameters and different attributes in a candidate, rather than going for any one element, if I say. So here the shortlisting process, if, as I said, we do not have a predefined cutoff where we eliminate a candidate based on any kind of percentage or percentile or score, but rather we will look forward to the entire application form, where we will also be mapping the two SOPs that you will be writing while filling the application form, where we try to understand more and more, going deeper in understanding you as a person. And then followed by it comes the GD. Unlike the traditional group discussion format, we normally do not go for a kind of a topic-based GD, but then kind of an interaction where we would like to make you understand that, imagine that you are sitting in an office setup where you are sitting with your colleagues, and then your subordinates plus your maybe your senior, and then you're discussing on certain kind of scenario or any subject. How would you behave? How would you try to express your point of view on that particular subject or the scenario? Could be a problem or so. How do you perform there, rather than jumping in and then discussing like in speaking only on the particular topic? Rather, you how do you try to correlate in and around that particular subject, or you can say the complex problem that will come before you? So this is what happens in GD. In design thinking workshop, we try to understand how good team player are you. How do you again perform in a team? The group discussion was something where you were trying to perform by your own, like you are trying to express yourself. In design thinking, we try to understand how do you express yourself in a team, how do you manage to work in as a group, as a team player. And then comes is the personal interview, where we try to understand more and more about you, so that we try to understand what are your future career plans. So based on that, it actually helps us when a kind of, if I say, it's a you approach concept, where we try to understand more about you, which directly impacts to the career cell department, who try to understand what is your career plan, what could be the kind of career tracks that you're looking forward to when you are through with the program and you enter into the corporate life. And then we come out with the final offer list, and then go the other rest of the formalities takes place. We will be briefing you one by one once you are part of the process. Help me with the other slides, sir. Hashish, sir. Yeah. Okay, this is just about, I was talking about the GD, so we can move to the next one. Like, it's not okay. Just an to share an idea how normally we normally go for in a GD rather than a single liner topic. I think you can just go through it is, and I'll keep speaking. No, sir. If you can just thank you, sir.
Previous
So basically, it's a kind of scenario. Could be a real life based scenario or something that is happening in and around us in a recent way, and then we come out during discussion the what could be the best ways that we can come out identifying the challenges and the solutions. So the GD would move around such kind of topic. This is just an example, if I say. Yes, sir. Again, yeah, as I said, design thinking workshop where we try to understand how good team player you are, and we look forward for the kind of creativity that you can showcase your critical thinking and then your communication skill also there. Yes, sir. Thank you, Asit. Okay, I was just I think I covered this also, what we normally look forward to in a candidate, where like how the candidate is have carries the capacity to relate, learn, think, and motivate. Fine, sir. Yeah. Cutoffs. Yes, this cutoffs term as I use during the shortlisting process, we do not follow a predefined cutoff, but somewhere I must share this as per the past experiences of the candidates who are rolled in as an enrolled candidate in the past batches. If I say somewhere, yes, cat 70 75, ZAT somewhere around 80, CMAT probably 85 90, MAT 80 90 should help a candidate to compete with the other students when we give weightages to different parameters. Could be your 10th, 12th, your graduation, your extracurricular activity participation, your performance in the GD, group exercise, personal interview, and then the common entrance exam. So a whole lot of things to be covered. The SOPs that you will write. So based on this, there are different weightages being allocated to different parameters. We'll see the end result that comes out. Based on that, we come out with the list. So anybody in the audience who might have think this thing running in their mind, like my percentile is 69, what will happen? So there, the shortlisting process might be lucky enough for you in case your academic or your engagement in different activities could be a work experience candidate. All these things will be taken care. So you might get the chance of participating in the process, and then rest depends on your ability to compete and beat the rest of the fellow competitors, if I say, because we have a very less intake capacity of just 240 students for the PGDM program here. Yes, sir.
No, GPI dates basically these days are important.
Yeah,
So
so I'll take that. Yeah, the PGPM, I'll take the for both this is PGPM and PGPM HR. The GDP, the interview round admission process dates are 17th December, 24th December, and 7th January. And for the 2 years PGDM program, yes, as I was stating in the earlier comment, like third week of December, 16th December, 17th December. These two are in online mode. 22nd December is in the offline at the campus, and 23rd December is again as an online mode. So although this will be communicated immediately to the students who applies and do apply before 10th December, so that you get this chance of appearing for the interview round process in these early interview rounds to be conducted on these particular dates. Yes, sir. Okay, coming back to the same thing, the eligibility part. The minimum eligibility criteria for a student to enter into a PGDM program is the student should have appeared any one of the entrance exam, national entrance tests like CAT, SAT, CMAT. We do accept students who had appeared this NMAT exam also. The student should have appeared at least any one of the national entrance tests. So we'll be considering the aptitude part. We are looking at the aptitude level of a student in the CET part, if I say. So a student who has appeared for this NMAT also can apply at soil. We'll consider the best of the best that scores that comes out of any of the entrances that you appear, could be the GMAT, CAT, SAT, or NMAT. And then work experience should not be above 5 years. Student candidates should be lesser than 5 years of work experience. And then the rest thing comes out to be there are 3 rounds. That is the GD, GE, and PI. This all happens in the same day. Right? So they would, and there is no elimination round that you have to perform the entire thing on the same day. Yes, sir. Okay, this is the contact detail of the team of both the campuses. So you can take some time and note it down if you want the number, or although these numbers are there at the website also, you can visit the website and you can apply accordingly, and then the team will get in touch with you. In case you come across any kind of issues while submitting the application form, I think noting down this number will help you now so that you can get the immediate help. Ashish, sir.
Yes, now the PPT part is over. So I request, Shobhesh to just quick review at the question and answers, because many students are, asking many questions. So I think we can, take up their questions one by one. They are eagerly, to answer their queries, basically. Yes.
Surely, sir. Thank you, Aziz, sir. Thank you, Dheeraj, for explaining the process for the PGPM and PGDM both. Now I'll take the Q&A from which we have received a lot many. As of now, I can see 28 Q&A has been posted in Q&A box. I request other attendees also to, if they have the question, please start putting up the Q&A. We will take one by one. So I'll start with the first one. The candidate have not mentioned his name or her name. I request the candidate to mention their name so we can call out the name whose question is that. So candidate has not mentioned, he is saying, or rather she is saying, have not filled CAT form, but I'm going to appear for CMAT. What will be the expected percentile cutoff for CMAT? I hope this candidate is looking for the PGDM. I'll just clarify. Right. For PGPM, you don't need the any entrance exam. You just add a value to your profile. But in admission weightage, it doesn't have any weightage to the overall admission scores. But for the PGDM, sir, do you like to throw some light? Santosh or Dheeraj, sir?
Yeah, Subhesh, I'll take it from here. As you said, yes, for the PGPM, normally appearing for any entrance exam is not compulsory, but then it adds value to it if you have already appeared. But there's an internal stat test that happens for the 1-year program, and for the 2 years program, as per the AICT mandate, yes, a student should have appeared any one of the entrance. But then, as you said, you have not filled the CAT, and then you're looking forward for the CMAT exam. And adding to this, my past statement that I used just few minutes back, soil practices a profile-based selection process, and we have weightages system for different parameters. We try to view a candidate in a very holistic way of scrutinizing, rather, if I say. So we do not have a predefined cutoff, but however, somewhere around 85 to 90 percentile should help you. This is particularly for the student who has asked this question, that 80 to 95 should help you to compete with the other students when we give weightages. It so happens like somebody might have a lesser entrance exam score, but then must have done something extraordinary in the academic. and it all happens in the probabilities of score that comes out, like might not perform well in the GD or GGE or the PI. So we'll just see the final score that comes out, right? And I think I can, Sobesh, probably we can club few of the questions also in case if they are in the same similar pattern.
Okay.
This question answer, I think, is a generic one for those students who are looking for a kind of cutoff in terms of the CMAT part.
Surely. So, in general, I can say, I can conclude that anybody who has, I mean, score somewhere 80 plus in CMAT can apply if they have the good academic score or do better in the PI, I mean, peer selection process. Okay. So we'll take quickly the next one, Abhishek. Will soil give call at 70 percentile in CAT? I think that will clear the cutoff for the CAT exam as well.
Again, just to add here, it is not necessary that you will get call for 70 percentile. No, we said a 70 percentile will help a student to compete. But if your other profile is not strong, and this comes under the shortlisting process where might be there is somebody who has got 80 percentile also might not get shortlisted because the other aspects might not be matching to the level that we are looking for. So again, there's no predefined cutoff, but it's a entire holistic profile that we are looking for, and we are trying to understand that the candidates who are in are exactly similar to somebody who has already entered into a corporate life, you can say, just to get that feel. That's why we said in the GD, you need to understand that you are sitting in an office rather than an interview process.
So again, for the NMAT, the one Arshad is asking, is 180 in NMAT is enough for applying in PGDM HR?
180 in NMAT, if it is the first and the last attempt, then I would advise you look forward for the other coming entrance exams also simultaneously. But then I don't say you are not eligible. You can still apply because we need to go through your again 10th, 12th, graduation, extracurricular engagement, awards, if any, the performance in the GD, GE, PI. So there are few more things left where we would like to understand more about you. So you can take this chance of applying and appearing for the process. In case you fall short by certain scores in the final score, you still have this advantage that there are few entrance exams that are still left that you can appear and fetch some more better percentile there. You're still left with ZAT and then you're still left with CMAT. I think the ZAT dates have already been extended for, I think, a week or so. So you can take that advantage. If you're appeared only in MAT, then definitely look forward for one or two more entrance exams.
Okay. So now we'll take one question for the PGPM. It's a long one from the Assis. Good evening. I mean, he's saying good evening to everyone. Uh, Below are my questions about the admission process and the program overall. He's asked the first question is what is the cutoff for GMAT, CMAT, another competitive exam for the program? He is asking for the 1 year PGPM HR program. As I mentioned, I'll take that, sir, if you don't mind, Assis.
Yes, Ramesh, please.
For the 1 year program, we don't have the cutoff for the GMAT or CMAT or any other competitive exam. It's not required. It's not mandatory. However, it adds value to your overall profile, but it doesn't add value to your score. I mean, admission score to your profile. Uh, I understand that STAT test is given higher weightage, but what is the weightage given for the other test? As I mentioned, the other tests add value to your profile, but there's no weightage given to your exam. I mean, competitive exam scores. What is the lowest mean highest salary in terms of the placement in your PGPM program? Uh, Last year, highest was 19 lakhs in PGPM, highest. Lowest was 7.5. This year, we are raising that bar to 8 lakhs, and the average was 11 lakhs. Uh, what are the courses within a PGPM program? Okay. In PGPM, we have two programs. One is a pure PGPM where we have 3 specialization in for the world, we call it cohort. Those are marketing, analytics, and finance. So in PGPM, the student need to choose one of these, or they can do major or minor. The next program is purely PGPM HR. Okay, so there's a two program. Is the PGPM HR program also for the 1 year, and does it have the same career as the normal PGPM program? And what are the placement number for the same? For particularly for the PGPM HR, the last year the highest was 15.75 and average was 10. I mean, if you're asking only for the PGPM HR, what does the batch intake for PGPM program? If you are considering both the PGPM, I mean PGPM and PGPM HR, the batch size normally is 120 to 120 to 130 this year. I mean, I'm talking about 23-24 batch. Of the next one from the Assis itself, you have he's having a background in the psychometrics. So will this test will be the personality based or drive it aspects of the cognitive function, behavioral psychology? Yes, exactly. This is the what the parameters judge. Apart from that, cognitive. We also look at your leadership skills. I mean, what's your style, your time management skills, and everything in the STAT exam. Okay. Uh, Now I'll open this form for like one is asking what is the difference between the PGDM and PGPM? If any one of you would like to take that.
Yes, Subesh, I can just go ahead with that. Uh, the difference between the PGDM and PGPM is both are the postgraduate programs basically, but the kind of the program delivery these two programs have, and the kind of intake in terms of students profile altogether. So that differentiate these two programs. PGDM is basically for those who have freshers who have just graduate from their colleges, and they want to know about the ABCD of the businesses. So this program is intended for those who have zero or lesser work experience and freshers. And PGPM is an accredited program which is intended for those who have a bare minimum of work experience of 2 years and above. So it's as I said earlier, it's an accredited program. So it's a 1 year duration only. All the basic business programs, both basic curriculum is incorporated in this program, but you have to complete this program within 1 year. So a very hectic very accelerated kind of this program is all about, especially for those who have certain years of work experience. So this is the basic difference between PGDM and PGPM. Yes, over to Surbhi.
I mean, Dheeraj sir or Santosh, you like to add anything? Point?
Uh,
Okay.
no, it's okay. Yes, as sir said, basically for the freshers and PGPM, an accelerated course, we can say those students or candidates already having a decent enough of work experience would not like to invest more 2 more years and then in the regular this thing. So they normally look forward for this thing, and then just graduated and would like to learn deeper the entire kind of specializations. If I said, they normally look forward for the 2 years program. And Subesh, I think I went through the few of the Q&A questions, and then similar kind of questions are there, which I would like to club and address it to the mass, and so that will help you also, and then probably we can save some time that is also running out quickly, right? There are few same types of questions that I came across. One was again the cutoff, um, date of interview. What if I have not appeared for any of the entrance exams? So just to address the students about these questions, if I say, for the 2 years PGDM program, appearing for entrance exam is compulsory. If you have not appeared the CAT, past NMAT, or the past MAT, you still have the opportunity, that is register yourself for the ZAT exam or the coming CMAT exam, but without entrance exam, we cannot enroll a student for the program. In case if you do not carry any kind of result in your hand, that means you just appeared for the CAT exam, but you still can appear for the entire selection process. Your result will be held until we get that entrance exam score, so that you are able to save time, manage time, the comfort zone of appearing on the date that you would like to. So you can do that, but appearing for entrance exam is compulsory. The dates for the interview, though we displayed that the first deadline is 10th December. The date of interview will start from 16th. The interview process will be held in both the modes, online and offline. The moment you apply, in your dashboard, you will find the dates and with the modes. So you can choose the dates that is comfortable for you. There are limited number of you can say slots available for each dates. So first come first serve basis booking will be allowed. So see that you apply on time, you book your slots on time, though you will be getting all the intimation formally over email, SMS, and WhatsApp. Uh, Coming back to the cutoff again, soil practices a profile-based selection process, looking into your entire detailing from academic to aptitude to attitude, and then followed by the I can say on the spot moment performance, that is the GD, GE, and PI. So there's no predefined cutoff as such, but somewhere in the CAT 70 plus, you can say NMAT 210, NMAT somewhere around 210, yes. ZAT somewhere around 75, MAT or CMAT somewhere around 85 to 90 should help you to compete when we give weightages to only the entrance part, if I say. Coming back to this again and giving a stress, student who might have got a little bit lesser as in this any of this respective entrance exam, do not be disheartened, but you still have 40% of weightage in your hand, that is the GD, GE, and PI, where you still have the chance to come back, fight, and then you can cross that merit list of students list, if I say. Right. Thank you, Subesh. I think I've clubbed few of the questions.
Yeah, I was just removing those questions. I mean, one question you can clarify, many question candidate have asked, they have not appeared for CAT and have not applied for the ZAT, whether they still can appear, can apply for the PGDM?
Yes, there is option in the application form yet to appear any entrance exam. So you can still apply using that button that I'm yet to appear. Like suppose if I say an example, if you say I'm planning to appear ZAT, then already the forms are open. You can register and use that registration ID while filling the form. Suppose you are planning to appear for CMAT, the forms are not open. That means you do not have any registration ID to use. There you have to use yet to appear. So that means your process will be taken care earlier, but your result will be on hold until we get that CT component.
Thank you.
Yes.
One Kunal is asking, he has not given any aptitude test. Am I eligible to apply for PGPM or not? Yes, you are eligible to apply because we don't, for 1 year, it's not mandatory to submit the competitive exam scores. Does soil accept CMAT? Yes, it's accept the CMAT score. Just one Subal is asking whether the PGDM interview process will be online or offline. It's available on both, depending on which day you take. So we have already mentioned in our previous, this already mentioned. There's a particular date for the online and there's a particular date for the offline. Please check on the website for the further details. One is asking, I understand English well, but my English speaking is not fluent. Am I able to clear the admission? It depends upon you how you put it across your question, whether it's very much is like whether you're able to communicate your thought process to the next person or not. That's define your selection process and your structure of thoughts and everything. So it's a cumulative assessment of the one person. It's not only the English that get edge over the others. It's not. Okay. NMAT cutoff, we already discussed. Does family business count as a relevant work experience in the admission process? Does a family business count as a relevant work experience in the admission process?
So, Besh, I could not get that. Is
One person is asking, does family business count as a relevant work experience in admission process?
Say, as we do not have, there are different, say, normally it happens when institute or at soil, if I say, in terms of scholarship criteria. Had it been that we had some scholarship for student holding 2 years of experience or 5 years of experience, then probably that there we might not have counted that. But then we look at profile. We would like to understand what were your engagements during the time whatsoever you would be putting forward in the application form. Is it a family business or is it a corporate structure? The panel would like to understand what was your engagement, what were your kind of innovative things that you implemented in your own family business, what was the kind of approach that you kept, and what was the line of business, and what did you do for that particular business to put it forward before any segment of audience, if I say. So important is your engagement at any, could be internship, could be for corporate working style, or could be your own family business, right? So we do have weightages for this engagement area also.
One person is asking, work experience as a content writer counts. Uh, I mean, I would say for the 1 year program, it does not. If you have not worked under the corporate, if you're a freelancer, then it is not considered as a work experience as such. But yes, it's add value to your profile. Uh, so my CAT score is not good, or my profile is also average. Should I apply for the PGDM or not? I mean, this has already been answered. So there's a SNAP exam on 23rd. So how I can appear for the GDP on the same day? For the PGDM admission, request kindly to consider Brahmjyotkar, I believe there are the multiple dates
Yeah,
available. You can choose the other date.
yeah. Yes, there are multiple dates, and in case you miss out the first round early interviews that will be held in the month of December, you can definitely look forward for the rounds that will happen in the month of January also once you're done. But now we do have some dates, as you mentioned about the particular exam that you're planning to. Before that, there are few dates. If you can manage, otherwise, there will be dates coming out for the January session also.
Is an internship considered for the work experience along with the full time? No, internship never considered as a work experience.
We yes, not as a work experience. When is it can say formulated as counted as a month wise, but we as a profile based selection, we would definitely like to understand what were your engagement in that internship also.
One person is saying he's having good academic score in 70s in all graduation 10, 12, but CAT is almost 50 percentile expecting whether he should apply or not. I mean that this question already been answered by the Dherasa multiple times, so I should move forward. Uh, Utran is saying I'm fresh graduate. I want to do MBA in HR. So what would be the best course for me to opt, PGPM HR or the PGDM?
As far as the eligibility is concerned, I think Uttam can look forward for both the program in PGPM HR and PGDM, the general one, and consider taking this HR as a specialization in second year. So it is all on Uttam basically. As I just expressed about the eligibility. He's eligible for both.
Uh,
Subesh,
one is
sorry to interrupt, Subesh. So one of the questions, one of the participants have asked whether this PGPM program is recognized or not. So I just want to highlight that this PGPM and PGPM HR program, or the autonomous program, basically have their relevance in the market, basically because the companies are accepting this equal, postgraduate diploma program, and they don't have any, this autonomous kind of program don't have any impact on the job prospects altogether. So yes, it is an autonomous program run by this Soil Institute of Management since 2009. So it doesn't have any impact on the job prospects and so on.
thank you, sir. One person, Subhadeep Sinha, is saying he's a working professional having 2 years of work experience. Can you give me a brief on the PGPM or PGPM would be the good choice? Subhadeep, this is your choice. PGPM have the 3 year specialization, marketing, finance, analytics, and PGPM HR itself is a HR program. It depends on your choice, where you want to be in, whether you like to make career in HR or marketing or analytics or finance. It's your choice. So depending upon your choice, your career aspiration, you can choose one. However, with the 2 years of work experience, yes, you are eligible to for both the program. Okay, I hope that answers. Can we switch career path in PGPM? Yes, you can. And that's again from the Subhadeep. So Pratap Singh has asked 211 is good in math score in PGDM. Yes, 210 is the safe net. So 211, of course, it qualifies that.
I think there's one question about the fee. I think this can be addressed again for the entire audience in the room. The fee for the PGDM program is 13.4, 13.4 for the 2 years, excluding the hostel or the accommodation charges, and 30,000 plus for these, as in security deposit, which will be refunded back. So for the 2 years PGDM program, I repeat again, it is 13.4 lakhs for the 2 years program. And I would request Ashish sir also to just help the students alongside there for the 1 year also. So that.
Yes, the fees for 1 year program is for PGPM program is 15.33, 15 lakh 33,000. And for PGPM HR program is 13.85, 13 lakh 85,000. This program fees or tuition fees excludes the the hostel or the PG kind of facilities. So hostel and PG fees is extra apart from that tuition fees basically.
One person is asking, I have 3 years of work experience. Can I still go for the PGDM? Absolutely, yes. If you, I mean, just check the eligibility. I mean, you should have the 50% in graduation. I have taken one of the AICT approved national level competitive exam scores with our cutoffs. Okay. Does Soil have PGDM in HR? Yes, we do have HR in HR specialization in PGDM. That's from the Sarang. Sarang, yes, you can do HR in PGDM. Anchit, is a GD and PI on the same date? Yes, it happens on the same day, right there, sir?
Yeah, all the process, the GD, the group exercise, and the personal interview happens on the same day. We start early in the morning around 8:30. We start and then we end up by sometime late evening, but all happens in the same day. So the students, again, an advice to the, I can say the gentry who are looking forward for appearing for the process, those who have one categories, those who have already applied, those who are looking forward to apply, the process will happen in, the entire process happens in a day. Though there are multiple dates to appear for the process, you can choose the best one that is comfortable for you. Fixed dates, if I say, and uh, yes.
Okay. So Pooja is asking, 60% in CAT is enough for the taking admission in Soil Institute. Academic profile is good. I believe Pooja, I mean, Neeraj sir has spoken enough on the how to evaluate what score you've got and what kind of profile then we expect. So that we have discussed enough. Uh, Vinay is asking, suppose I received GDPI call in December 2022, but I also have the ZAT exam in 2023 January. So what will be the solution? I didn't get this question. Vinay, I mean, if you can put if you can rephrase your question again and put it in the Q&A section, we'll take that. NMAT cutoffs, Salja, we already discussed. Tushar Roy Chaudhary, 10th score 72, 1273, graduation 82, CAT almost 50 percentile. We have already discussed, Tushar. Rohan is asking, what if his score below 50 percentile in CAT, good marks in NMAT? Then if you clear the NMAT score, of course, then you can, I mean, you are eligible to apply. But with 50 percentile in CAT, I would
Don't say
reconsider that your thought.
Not eligible, but it will be very tough.
Yeah, that's what it will be very tough to compete with the higher percentile because majority will have the better percentile.
This is here, you can say a pure advice to this student that look forward for appearing for the next coming entrance exam. You'll get some time to prepare. Probably if you're looking for the ZAT a month, if you're looking for a CMAT, you'll get 2 more months. So uh, come back with the learnings that you must have done the mistakes while appearing the CAT, then take the advantage of this time frame and then try to improve the score. Will be tough if I'm very to be very frank at the score that you mentioned.
Do we consider NMAT for soil PGDM? Is one of Pravat Kiran is asking.
Yeah, we do consider NMAT as a secondary entrance score to evaluate the aptitude part, but the student should have appeared for one national test like CAT, ZAT, or CMAT. If your CAT percentile is better than NMAT, we'll consider NMAT. If your NMAT score is better than the CAT, we'll consider the NMAT score. Important is we were trying to map your aptitude and then the rest of the things will follow. That is your academic, your GD, your GE, your PI, and all those things. So yeah, we do consider NMAT also to evaluate.
Okay. There's a
UJ.
few. There are the few questions on the PGDM placement stats. So, I mean, if you can elaborate that, a few questions, there's a category of the questions on the PGDM average, mean, top recruiter from the PGDM.
If I would take that quickly, the average that went last year was close to 10 lakhs, to be very precise, 9.7 lakhs, if I say, and the highest that went was 20 lakhs. The median was somewhere around 9.8 lakhs, to be very precise. Right. This is for the PGDM 2 years program.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, so next one is one is asking, is work experience required for the PGPM HR, 1 year PGPM HR? It is not required, it's desirable to have experience, but if you don't have the experience, then you should have a very strong profile in terms of the academic, and so that would be my take on that. One is Gitesh, he's saying he has scored to not 7 in math as a. I mean, we have, Gitesh, I think we have already discussed on the cutoffs and everything with each exam.
Yeah, Sudesh, I think yes, I ran through the chat section also, and I think we tried to club the many of the questions as in to address the general mass audience. And is AICTI approved required for MBA PGDM program? Yes, definitely yes. AICTI approval is required to run this program. And yes, Subesh, I think close to the time. Yes.
Yeah, the last one, I mean, we'll take a couple of remaining are the placement and the cutoffs only. I'll just removing each one of them. Similar.
Many of them, Subhesh, have asked about the work experience basically.
Yes.
Those who are the freshers one, whether they are eligible for PGPM or PGPM HR program, or they can better go to this PGDM one, they can apply that. Or if they have a lesser experience, then what could be the options? So what I request all of the attendees that if you have lesser experience, we can consider you for this PGPM HR program in case if you are interested based on your profile. Otherwise, you can also apply to this 2 years regular PGDM program as well.
Yes.
There are questions regarding specialization, like which specialization we are offering at soil in PGDM and PGPM both. So I think we can answer this question. So in SOVD or like PGDM program, we are offering 4 specialization, that is finance, HR, marketing, and analytics. So these are the 4 specialization which we are offering at soil in PGDM program.
In both the program and 1 year, 2 year, the specialization remain the same. marketing, finance, analytics, and HR. Only thing is the difference in 1 year and 2 years. In 1 year program, we have HR have a separate HR program because in HR, focus is given more on the HR subjects rather than the from the analytics, marketing, or finance. So that is why we have kept it separately, and the curriculum design, everything is different for the HR program. But specialization remain the same for both the, I mean, for 1 year program or the 2 year program. One is Kabir. I have one more question. How does this institute support low income or the first generation student? Kabir, I will take this question. Kabir, we have, I mean, multiple scholarship available for those who are coming, I mean, coming from the lower uh, income background. They're eligible to apply. For example, in 1 year program, anybody have their family income is less than 10 lakhs or less than 5 lakhs. There's a two category. They are eligible for the need-based scholarship. Likewise, in the PGDM as well, similar kind of scholarship is available. I, I mean, I request Santosh or Dheeraj sir to elaborate further on the same.
Yeah, so basically adding to the same thing, yes, lesser than 8 lakhs of annual income, the student can look forward for a need-based scholarship. There will be a separate scholarship test being conducted. Rather, not only for the need-based, we have 5 different types of scholarship categories. Merit-based, some candidates belonging to defense categories, candidates belonging to agriculture or farmer background. A unique achievement award category, somebody who has contributed to society in terms of engagement through NGOs or is a president holder award winner. So all those things will be taken care. All these scholarships categories will be opened up once the student has gone through the process, is selected, and is part of an enrolled student here. Then there will be a separate panels and external panels who will be taking a separate interview round of these students who will nominate themselves under these respective categories, and then the panel would move forward in allotting the amount, if I say, the kind of there are brackets of amount being disbursed to candidate based on their performance.
One person having very interesting question. I saw on the website HR, PGPM HR does not require any work experience. Is this true? Yes, it is. Then this second part is the interesting one. If yes, I am a non-engineer, will it be of any value than the engineers? I would say no, depending upon your role, which you are, I mean, going to take. If you are applying for the tech role, I mean, like HR analytics and all those, it depends upon the knowledge you process or gain during those 4 or 5 months of the class. That will decide whether there's no such advantage is over here. Okay, once you are in, everybody on the same level. Even if you have 2 years or you're fresher, it's on the same level. 6 months, right? I have 6 months of work experience at Deloitte. Kunal, then you are eligible to apply. If you're looking for the PGPM, then you are eligible to apply only the HR program, not the others one. I think we have covered everything. I mean, because all others are the score, percentile, and all those, we have covered everything.
So if we can put the contact detail part in the chat box, so basically probably the student.
I would request Ashish sir in that case to share this contact details slide of the PPT which we have used.
Yes, Yogesh, I think is it
Make it as a full screen. I request the attendees, so please note down the numbers and email ID. They can reach.
You can take a screenshot in the
request all those who are interested to either visit our website. These numbers are also mentioned there of both the both the teams, so they can clarify all your unanswered queries. I am hopeful that we can cover maximum questions to an extent. But yes, in case if anybody have left out, we request to just connect it on this this contact details basically.
Sanchita. So I like to thank each one of you to come, take out some time and available for this wonderful session. I like to thank Ashish sir, Dheeraj sir, and Santosh. Thank you for your time. And I also like to thank all the attendees who have come and uh, wanted to know more about the Soil Institute of Management. I like to thank you each one of you. Just to remind, our deadline, the next deadline is 10th of December. Do apply before that. Also, if we have missed any of your question, anybody's question, feel free to reach out to us any point of time. We have shared our contact details. Our contact details are available on our website. Feel free to call us. We will happy to help. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Thank you.